Hey, this is it. I'm the last one for today. I'm a bit nervous. It is hard to take the stage after Jen Kramer did such a good talk about what to do and what not to do. Uh, I hope I'll be good at it. I'm more used to teach and to speak French, frankly, but I just do my best because this is a subject that is very dear to me. I am passionate about this, and I feel this is important, and I'm super happy to have the chance to talk to you more about it. So here it goes. My name is Cassie. I'm a front-end developer. I'm also a consultant with a company who has special projects on diversity and digital literacy, but I'm more known for my work with Ladies Learning Code. I would like to take a second to thank Laurence, Annie, all the volunteers, everyone who make this event happen because it is a big event. It's the second year, and it is a super important event, and it sends a very strong message, and it goes a long way in our community. As a woman in tech myself, I'm always prompt to celebrate others because sometimes, let's say, it feels like this. But some other time, it feels a little bit more like this. The thing is, you're here with me today, and I'm really happy. And whatever your story is, whatever the motivation, whatever your goal was to get in here, some of us have a super organic parkour, but some other, it was a little bit more like that. So whatever your story is, whatever the reason that makes you be here and you are part of a great community. It is an international event today, so you are not all from Montreal. So you have your community at home, and I hope you know what's going on there, and you are an active member of it. I will tell you a little bit more about the Montreal community. So those are pictures of Ladies Learning Code events, but there is much more in Montreal. We are super lucky because the community is very rich. There is a lot of events. As you walked in the ETS this morning, you saw HTML 500. So you saw a bunch of people who came to learn HTML for the first time. There is a lot more events that going on this very weekend. There is pretty much events every night, every weekend. So we all have many opportunities to learn more, to meet each other, to discuss what are we talking about. And there is pretty much things for all language, all genders, everyone. It's super cool. We are super lucky. I'll get back to my main subject. I really like this GIF. I hope you saw it before. What is a mentor? I looked it up, and this is what Google told me. But to me, it is more something like that. So a mentor is a positive role model that really empowers learners to become confident, inspired creators, and to use and develop their technical skills. When you have the chance to meet someone who is learning something new, your role is very important, and they just really appreciate you being there for them. So why? Why should you do this? With our busy lives, as you work probably full-time as a freelancer or an employee, as you being involved already in some things, have a side business, have a family at home, it's hard to find the time to volunteer. However, the benefits of volunteering are enormous to you and the people around you. The right match can help you reduce stress, find new friends, reach out to the community, learn new skills, and advance in your career. There's a lot of benefits. And this is the main one. Maybe you heard of it, maybe not, but oh, this is a chunky slide, but the main thing is it's been proven. It's been studied by Harvard and the London School of Economics that volunteering, take the time to meet other people, to help them in any way, can really improve your happiness and your health in general. I'm talking about mental and physical health, and this goes a long way. It says that it can be even comparable to like a very big salary difference. Well, whatever you need to make you feel that this is important, and it can be important for you. This is super fresh. Maybe you saw it it came out a few days ago. So Stack Overflow made a survey and showed the results. And from this, we can clearly see that amongst new programmers, there's a higher number of female new coder. I was really excited to see that because this means that digital literacy initiative, because there is ladies writing code, but there is others out there, many. And so this is very encouraging because it shows that we help bridging the gap, and that's cool. So I was talking about the benefits of mentorship for the learners. So as a mentor, you have a very big power to make a very strong difference for the better, to change their lives in many ways. I have this. Did I tell you that I was a bit nervous? So like, it's okay. So yeah, the benefits for the learner to have a mentor. It helps them go further and faster in their learning process. Learning how to code is hard. Many of you have been through it before and still are, because we are learning pretty much every day. You can also get a lasting and a meaningful impact. The people that you meet at the very beginning of your journey, you are a role model for them. You get to give them a positive view of technology. You get to give them their very first pep talk. And that goes a long way through their career. They will remember the word you use. They will remember the feeling of this first encounter. And it definitely helps boost the developer survival rate. To that, I would like to make a small parenthesis about the Elephant in the Valley survey. It has been around for quite a moment. Do you remember Ellen Pao and the Reddit gate thing? Sorry, super sad. Well, the Elephant in the Valley survey is a bit depressing. It's about how women are treated in our industry. And it's not always positive, sadly, but we are working on it. And well, there's many facts about it, but the issue raised by the Elephant in the Valley does not have quick fixes or easy answer, but being present in the community, being there, being a role model, helping others, participate in meetups, and all different kinds of things, just showing up there, that really makes a big difference. So, what's in it for you if you decide to become a mentor? You get to meet new people. And those new people will bring you new adventures, a new perspective on what you do. Sometimes when you work, it can be a bit redundant. You work on the same project every day, you work in the same company every day, you get to go home, do your thing. So to meet new people who does very different things, who come from different backgrounds, who have different ideas. Sometimes it's very refreshing. You get to often learn about a new tool or a new program language by discussing with others. When you know the basics of programming, you can feel more confident to go to how basic workshop on Python or Ruby, to discover it by yourself, but also help the newcomers to feel confident about those new things. And those are amazing. Develop leadership and communication skill, gaining teaching experience, being able to express ideas in many ways, being able to convince, being able to express things in a way that someone can understand and follow through. It gives you a lot, and whatever field that you're working, having a teaching experience, it's useful for giving talks, but also to sales pitch, convincing. In everything that we do, we have to communicate, because not everyone is in your head, and not everyone knows what you're thinking. So to being able to express that in many ways, it's super cool. Again, coming back to community. A community is simply people who are brought together by a common interest. And a rich community thrives by being welcoming to newcomers, but also by valuables. Communities are relationships, and it's no one-way street. And also, they thrive by connector. Too often, people in other industry are scared to talk about their ideas, to talk about the project that they are working on. And the essence of community is more like sharing. And it is at the center of the tech community to share with others what are we working on, what have we learned. And this is something really great that we should still continue to work on. So I told you a little bit about Ladies Learning Code. I will tell you a bit more about it. So I am a chapter lead for Ladies Learning Code. Ladies Learning Code is an organism, a nonprofit that comes from Toronto. And we are present in 29 cities across the country. Here in Montreal, we are two chapter lead. I'm the francophone one, so I'm used to do events in French, en français. I'm not the founder of Ladies Learning Code, as many people say to me often. I went to le lancement du printemps numérique a few days ago, and a friend of mine was there filming and doing capsules, and she said, "Oh, Cassie is the founder of Ladies Learning Code." I was like, no, this is not me. But I did launch the very first francophone chapter. So when my friend Nancy, who lived in Toronto, came to live in Montreal, she already went to a few workshops in Toronto, and she said, "Oh my God, this is such a good idea. I should bring it with me." My background is in communication, and one day I decided that I wanted to do more. I wanted to help others, and as you know, working in tech is super cool because we own a knowledge that so few people have. Do you think about that? It's incredible. And so I really wanted to be part of that. I wanted to own that knowledge and be able to help others who doesn't have it, to maybe convince them to get it, but also to help them with their web development needs. And so Nancy did that too. When she went to Ladies Learning Code events in Toronto, she brought that here with her. But in the meantime, I was learning myself web development to become a web developer. And so we met, and I told her I wanted to help her doing that because as in my learning journey, I was looking where to start, because it's not obvious where do I should go? And I was in other room a few minutes ago, and a girl asked, if I want to become a UX developer, where do I start? So it's not because you want to do something that the path is obvious. So I felt that it was super important that we bring Ladies Joining Code in Montreal, that we make this happen. And I saw in very first event that many Francophones were subscribing, but everything was in English. And as a dear friend of mine told me once, it is okay to learn when it's not in your language. It's part of the process and it happens. But it's like learning under the rain. It's not super comfortable, and at any step that's not working, and it just increases the fact that you just want to go home in warm clothes and just leave it be. So I thought maybe if we want to create an environment that's super comfortable and fun, it should be in French for the Francophones. So I just started translating all the slides, all the material, and make this happen in French. And so then I became chapter lead as well. And so we are doing, Ladies Joining Code is basically a digital literacy workshop for women and youth. So we do a workshop for adults, we do girls learning code, so workshop for girls age 8 to 12. And from this January in Montreal, we also do, I also do a teen club. So a club for teen girls, high school age, to make them discover joys of coding. What makes us so special? Since day one, Ladies Joining Code have been by the community, for the community. And we strongly believe that what makes the difference for us. So our social and collaborative approach and our unique ratio of mentors, 4:1. So 4 learner to 1 mentor. At every workshop, this is what as we go by. And this is very important because even though our curriculums are super cool, super colorful, super simple, having a mentor by your side all day long, it really makes a difference because they are there just for you. They are there to answer your question. There is no stupid question, even if it's a computer-related question and how the internet works question, they are there for you. And that really empowers the learner to just be there and learn, because nothing can go wrong. So I keep talking about it, so it's about time I tell you how to get started. Who can be a mentor? Unless you're a sociopath, you're qualified. So, and even if you are, don't let get that in the way of your learning, of your mentoring dream, because you can learn to teach. So really, anyone with skills, basic skill, can be a mentor. Some of our learners, after 1 or 2 workshops, become mentors and even become chapter leads. So participate in your community. That's the key. There is many people who need your help and would be really happy to meet you and to know more about what you do and how you do it. And yeah, just be there. Even if it's just a couple hours per month, start somewhere. And how to do it, tips and tricks. Be human. It's not super complicated. You don't have to know everything. I think I'm not the only one who tells you that today. Have empathy. Learning how to code is hard. You've been there. You know all about it. It's not impossible. It's super doable, but it's hard. Have empathy with your learners. Be patient. It takes time. There is no overnight success, especially with that. They will learn, they will forget, they will make mistakes. We all do. Even the better of us are still having it. And listen carefully. Don't assume because you've been there before, maybe it's been yesterday, maybe it's been a long time, but every learner comes with their background, their perspective, their story. Listen carefully before stepping in. Remember that students are also human. So set expectation. As I said, there's no overnight success. And this is hard, but it's totally doable. It takes time. You have to manage expectations. Sometimes people are just curious. They want to pick up HTML, CSS just once so they can fix and tweak their blog. But maybe they are there because they want to reorient themselves. And there's a lot of pressure on them because they cannot fail at it. They decided that this is what they're going to become, and they have to succeed in that. Embrace failures and learn from them. This is a learning journey in coding. It's hard, and there's a lot of failures, but it's important to learn from them. It's important to manage how you react to those failures. And they don't have to know everything for the start. As you know, when you learn new things, you forget most of them. Practice makes perfect. And there are no small victories. Every grasp that they have, every successes that they have, deserve to be mentioned. It's important. Those are in caps because I have to keep telling this. It's not obvious, but it is important. I knew that I was going to say this is important like 1,000 times. Do not clone yourself. As you gain experience, as you gain age, you have a way to do the things, and it serves you well. You live by it. But you are there to serve another purpose. So you're not there to create a mini you. They won't be you, they can't. Do not fear competition. I said that you're going to meet many people, either if you are in an event, in a meetup, or if you're doing peer-to-peer mentoring. You will come across people who are amazing. They are just starting, but you can have the sense that they're going to be wonderful at it. And sometimes you can prevent yourself from thinking, oh my God, this person in a few months, in a few years, they're going to be so much better than me. It might happen, it might not happen. The thing is, the knowledge that we have, so few people have it. Technology is the cornerstone of our future. What we do is super important. And as women in tech, we are only, 20% of the workforce? There is space for everyone. The shortage in the industry is going to be monstrous in the years to come. Everyone is welcome. There is really place for everyone. And just make a friend out of this amazing person that you're teaching. It's the best opportunity that you have. And embrace your personality, because everyone has one. It's an asset, really. As I read on Instagram, just be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Concrete cases. Those are types of learners that I've come across, and it's very common, so you might meet some of them. The student who is scared, learning how to code, it's pretty hard. So just listen, be there for them, calm and improve the atmosphere. Make a joke. Try to find a solution to their problem, and just reduce the perceived importance of this. You are not killing anyone. It's not a matter of life and death. You will not break the internet. And if you do, please come back and tell me all about it. It is super okay to be scared, but you cannot learn if you are scared. Just try to calm down the situation. Take a break. The student who tends to expect people to do the job for them. It kind of relates to the first one. If they are stopping and don't do it, it may be because they're panicking a little bit. They don't know. They stopped. They want you to do it because somewhere they don't feel that they can do it. So learning to code is hard, but it will be harder if you do the job for them. You have to find a way to help them find a learning method. So go back to the beginning and help them find a way to ask questions to Google, question what they did. Try to find where the learning process broke. When did they decided that they couldn't do it anymore? Take a break. Just breathe. I'm talking to myself. The student who is shy and lacks confidence. It happens, but, and yes, it's not for everyone, but if they are there, they made the decision. They were curious about it, and they felt that it could bring them something. It could improve their lives, it could improve their career, and it totally can. And so it is an important moment that you are there to comfort them. It's a great chance to give them a little pep talk. The student who gets frustrated because they don't get it. That's totally me. It is frustrating. And you want to be good at it because it's such, you go into this field, you see all those boys, all those people who are giving talks, being so good at it, showing you big bits of code, doing amazing stuff, JS thing, and it's impressive. You want to be part of that. You feel that it's important. I want to make an app that repairs the world. And yet, my code is not working, and I don't know, I'm just not good at it, and maybe this is not for me. I'm just panicking. So just take a step back. Take a step back. Just breathe, and this is not the end of the world. It takes time. Practice makes perfect. You have people around you. There's a lot of resources. Just calm down the situation. Everyone can do it. There's no overnight successes, but they will get there. So by the time we are here, I hope maybe you feel that you can bring a lot to your community and you may want to become a mentor. So beside Ladies Learning Code, there is a lot of other organizations that are here in Montreal, but also in other cities. And they need your help, dearly. So there is the Technovation Challenge. They are so cool. So this is for young girls aged 10 to 18. And it's like a 6-month-long hackathon. So girls broaden their ideas. And they have all the mentoring that they need to develop to make a startup out of it. So marketing plans, a pitch, and mobile application from scratch. So yeah, if you have skill in iOS, if you have skill in Android, if you have skills in entrepreneurship, they definitely need your help. And as this is for girls, it's always super cool to have mentorship coming from strong women to show them that, yeah, they can do it. There's also Kid Code Jeunesse, who are working mostly in schools. So you have the chance to work with minis who are super cute, but also teachers. And that's one thing, because the teachers, they are the ones that will stay with the kids. And so this is the bunch that needs the pep talk. So being there and showing them what you know, how you got there, and how it's doable for them even though they are busy with so many things. They need your help. Pixel is only in Montreal, but it's also very cool. Pixel is about the game industry. So it's a nonprofit too, and they are dedicated to empowering more women to make and change the game industry. So they do a lot of stuff. So they have an incubator, they do meetup, they do vernissage of video games. And as you may know, video game industry, it's a big teamwork. There's a lot of roles. There are very different things that you can do to make a game happen. So if you are passionate about that, definitely take a look at Pixel. They will be very happy to have you. I really wanted to show you that quote that says that we need women at all levels, including at the top, to change the dynamic, reshape the conversation, to make sure women voices are heard, heeded, and not overlooked and ignored. And so I strongly believe that the work that we do is super important. Being present, being in the community, make yourself heard. Who here came with a friend today? That's awesome. That's awesome. When you go somewhere, tell your friend to, when you go somewhere and you don't know anyone, it's super scary. It can be super scary. So if you want to volunteer, if you want to go meet up, if you want to speak at a conference, tell a friend. Bring a friend with you. Doing that 2 by 2 is much more funnier and much more easier. So I will tell you that don't believe everything that is written on the keynote slide, nor on the internet, because this quote is not by Marilyn. This quote is from Sheryl Sandberg, who some love or hate, but felt more strongly about the message. So thank you so much for your time. If you want to talk more about this subject, I will be very happy to talk to you, so come and see me, and I hope you have a nice time. Good day.